Yo dudes, and welcome to today's video, which is beginner's guide to jumping a mountain bike. So first thing you need to do is find a tabletop that's quite small. So this one's about 1.5 of my bike length distances. It's got a little cutout in the middle. It won't affect anyone else too much either, to be honest. It's more mental than it is skill. But if it's got a flat top, even better, because it just means that rather than having to achieve a set distance straight away, then all you have to do is just plop on the top and build up to it. There's a lot less scope for error if it's totally flat on the top compared with if it's a double. So that's why we're working on this kind of jump. And like I said, about bike distance, about 1.5 bike lengths long, so decent enough to start on and decent enough to get an understanding of exactly how to do it. So as you can see from this one, we come round the berm, and as it straightens out, we've got the jump right in front of us, and there is an escape route off to the right. Make sure you've got an escape route on the run up, just in case anything goes wrong on the way in and you basically decide you're not going to do it, so you've got somewhere else to go. Now the next thing is you need to know exactly what's going to happen to the bike when you hit the jump. So the advantages of being a tabletop is you can just ride over the top of it. If it was a double though, that's why you see riders riding at the double and stop at the top, because they're trying to get an idea of sort of how much the jump's going to kick them and everything like that. So a couple of run-ups is a good idea. So you can see between here and then here, I've marked where I'm going to compress the bike. At that point, I'm going to stop pushing down and the bike should start to rebound. Now the speed the bike rebounds back up depends upon your suspension settings and how fast you've got your rebound set. So if it's feeling like you're on a rodeo ride, take it down 1 or 2 clicks. But from that point, I'm no longer going to push the bike into the ground, and I'm going to let the bike start to rebound as I go up and off the lip. Now as the bike's coming back up, for more advanced riders, that's when you would start to do the bunny hop. But because this is a beginner's tutorial, this is enough to get the bike stable in the air and get you to do most of the jumps that you need to do. So you've done a few practice runs, you've ridden over it several times, you've ridden up to the lip a couple of times, you've got your escape planned, and you know where you're going to be compressing on this jump. The compression does change slightly for different jumps depending upon the steepness and how long they are, so bear that in mind when you're hitting different jumps. But as long as you've got the rebound coming up as you're leaving the lip, then you should be pretty good. So now the only thing left to do is to go over the jump. Now before you even start the run, you want to commit in your head to the jump. Before you even start, you know that you're going to hit it no matter what, and you know that you're going to be successful at hitting it. You should get rid of every single piece of doubt that is in your head. If you've got any doubts in your head and you're second guessing yourself, you need to shut that away, because that's what's going to make you crash. Believe that you can do it, visualize the success, and then the only thing left to do is go for it. You've got your emergency bailout line just in case. You know where to brake just in case you want to stop, just in case anything goes wrong on the approach. But literally, you've just got to hit it now and just, you know what you're doing, just believe in yourself. So that's all there is to it really. Before you even start off for the jump, just clear your head of any negative thoughts. Just be positive. I'm going to make this, I can do this. If you're thinking that something's going to go wrong, most likely it will go wrong, because you're automatically making what you're thinking happen. So just clear your head of all negative thoughts. Just believe in yourself, believe that you've got the ability to do it. You've got your escape route just in case anything goes wrong on the approach. You've ridden up the ramp a few times, or you've ridden up the kicker a few times to get an idea of how that's going to feel. And then also, because it's a tabletop, you've actually gone over the whole thing a couple of times as well, so you've got an idea of how everything works there. So all it is left to do now is to approach it, to hit it. Remember to compress between the transition, and so when the bike's coming back up, it's going to be on, there's a lot of timing goes into this, but when the bike, once you've pushed down, let the bike start to rebound itself, and as the bike gets to the top of the rebound should be just as you're leaving the lip. So that timing part there is slightly different depending upon how big the jump is and things like that. But it's a case of getting this down first, having the confidence and knowing you can hit some jumps, and then moving on to different jumps and just building up your skill level from there. there's no pulling up when you leave the lip, there's no bunny hop technique at the minute when you leave the lip, it's just beginner, so just compress and let the bike go off the end. And then once the bike's gone off the end, just try to stay composed and relaxed in the air. And then coming into the landing, try to land both wheels at the same time. On the first time you may even forget how to ride a bike, but just try to keep the bike pointed straight to where you want to be in your front tyre with the direction you want to be. And when you land, it should sort of, if you do go squiggly in the air, the front tyre should be able to pull you straight again. It doesn't really matter what the back's doing as long as the front's pointed in the direction you want to be. Then just keep your weight nice and central over the bike when coming into land. As you get better, you can start to nose the bike in so the front wheel lands first. And I think today that's about it. So let me know if you enjoyed it, let me know if you got anything out of it and all that stuff. Put it in the comments, like the video, and I will see you soon for another video in a bit.